morning, I'm Agustín Zepeda for NewZtar Intelligence. Here is your global briefing for Monday, June 15, 2026. The Trump administration and Iran have signed a framework agreement ending a 4-month conflict that closed the Strait of Hormuz. Trump says the vital waterway will reopen completely by Friday, though demining operations may take 30 to 50 days. Israel continues fighting Hezbollah despite the deal, threatening implementation. But here is where the coverage diverges. American left-leaning media frames this as Trump winding down a war he started with goals unmet, while American right-wing outlets nearly buried the story entirely. Indian media revealed secret Qatar financial arrangements with Iran, totaling $300 billion, completely absent from Western coverage. Russian state media positions the deal as freeing America to focus pressure on Ukraine. Prime Minister Starmer announces the Western world's most aggressive tech regulation, banning TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook for children under 16. The ban takes effect next spring, making Britain the first major Western economy to implement Australia-style restrictions. Enforcement mechanisms and age verification details remain unspecified. But here is where the coverage diverges. European outlets describe this as bold but question enforcement feasibility, while American media frames it primarily as comparative policy development. No region has reported any response from the affected tech companies, and enforcement mechanisms remain completely unspecified across all coverage. The Dow Jones jumps 600 points to a record high as oil prices plunge on news of the Hormuz reopening. The Swiss National Bank cuts rates 50 basis points to 0.5%, the most aggressive move among developed economies. Petrochemical prices retreat as the Iran risk premium unwinds. But here is where the coverage diverges. American media emphasizes record equity levels, while European outlets focus more heavily on the Swiss rate cut as the most aggressive developed economy monetary move. Russian media frames market reactions as validating their prediction of reduced Western Middle East engagement. SpaceX raises $85.7 billion in the largest initial public offering in history, as Trump administration scrutiny of artificial intelligence companies intensifies. The offering comes amid regulatory pressure on major tech firms. Fox Corporation separately acquires Roku for $22 billion in a major media consolidation move. But here is where the coverage diverges. American media celebrates the record-breaking IPO size, while Chinese state media emphasizes Trump administration regulatory pressure on tech firms as evidence of Western market instability. European outlets question whether the valuation is sustainable given regulatory headwinds. Russian attacks on a Kyiv monastery kill 5 people as Moscow escalates strikes on the Ukrainian capital. The attack comes as Russian state media suggests the US will now focus on Ukraine following the Iran deal. European allies express concern about potential shifts in American Middle East priorities affecting Ukraine support. But here is where the coverage diverges. European outlets frame this as dangerous escalation requiring continued Western support, while Russian state media positions it as routine military operations and emphasizes American attention will now shift to Ukraine. American media largely buries the story beneath Iran deal coverage. The Democratic Republic of Congo reports record single-day Ebola cases as the outbreak accelerates in eastern regions. Health officials warn containment efforts face challenges from ongoing conflict and infrastructure gaps. The outbreak represents the largest spike since the 2018 to 2020 epidemic. But here is where the coverage diverges. European and American outlets emphasize record case numbers and containment challenges, while Chinese state media focuses on infrastructure development needs. African regional media provides ground-level detail on conflict hampering response that Western coverage largely omits. That is your NewZtar Intelligence briefing for Monday, June 15, 2026. News in every angle, every morning. I'm Agustín Zepeda. Stay informed.